Welcome to Bespoke Diaries. Today's article is on Overcoming Adversity with K.E.N. by Luke Tyburski, Keynote and TEDx speaker, United Kingdom. Adversity, a state or instance of serious or continued difficulty or misfortune. Merriam-Webster Dictionary: the dull pain in his left quadricep muscle transformed into a sharp stabbing sensation that got worse with each step he took. The past 3 years of preparation, hard work, sacrifice, and dedication to complete this world-first, 2,000-kilometer 12-day ultimate triathlon flickered through his mind as if it were a highlight reel of something that had already ended. Luke still had 400 kilometers to cover along the south of France, with 4 days to remain to hit his 12-day target of this swim, cycle, and run that started with him swimming across Gibraltar Strait between Spain and Morocco. Having already completed the 25-kilometer swim, cycled the entire length of the southeastern Spanish coastline, now after running several hundred kilometers in just a few days, his body was starting to break down, with his finishing line still out of sight. Did this mean the end of the project? Was his recording-breaking ultimate triathlon attempt going to be a failure? How will he cover 400 kilometers in just 4 days, if he is barely able to walk? As these questions swirled around his head, mixing with many other unhelpful thoughts to create a potent cocktail of negativity, he remembered his friend K.E.N. is an expert in overcoming adversity. We all are faced with adversity throughout our daily lives. The severity of this adversity is subjective to us all as individuals. What we have overcome in our pasts, and what we regularly expose ourselves to throughout our lives will determine the level of adversity we face each day. The bottom line though, adversity is adversity, no matter how big or how small. It's an unseen force which pushes and pulls us away from what we are trying to achieve. An outcome that derails our most well-intentioned, prepared for, or important plans. It's not the adversity itself which inhibits us from progressing closer to a goal or shifting direction to aim for a new target. How do you react to this less than ideal situation, scenario or outcome that has restricted your progress will define the end of your story's narrative which has yet to be written. So how come some people are more affected by adversity, which can halt their momentum in a heartbeat, while others allow this misfortune to seamlessly move straight past them, without even blinking any eye? Through his experience as an ultra-endurance athlete, having taken on some of the world's toughest, and craziest, swim, cycle, and running adventures, it's having a process to follow which allows him to stay focused on his overall goal. K.E.N. has helped him through several tricky times on his adventures around the world. Especially while running through a tropical forest in China, without any food, water, money, or phone, and not speaking the language, but that's a whole other story. K.E.N. provides support, and a focus for our thoughts. A direction for our actions, while not allowing the adversity we face to dictate the very same thoughts and actions we try to use, which helps us move past the obstacle that has been placed in our way. So, who is K.E.N.? K equals key fundamentals, E equals efficiency, N equals new normal. Time and time again, whenever Luke stares down the barrel of yet another setback, or adversity has halted his progress toward a goal he is aiming for, whether this is during a physical adventure, running his company, or in everyday life, K.E.N. has allowed him to progress, by applying its 3 elements. Key fundamentals. When adversity strikes, you must identify the key fundamentals you need to take care of, in order to keep the dream alive. His most basic example is this. If you are ill, the key fundamentals for your survival are to rest, drink water, eat food, and sleep. After receiving a diagnosis, focus on these key fundamentals. Over time, it's highly likely you'll recover. Efficiency. Once you have identified the key fundamentals on which you will focus, you now need to find ways to be efficient in how you use your energy, resources, time, money, etc. This will help keep you afloat, upright, or even moving forwards. Using the example of being ill, ordering your groceries to be delivered to your front door, calling friends to drop off some warm soup, setting alarms and timers to remind you to eat, drink water, and even take naps throughout the day, are all ways to help you be efficient at your key fundamentals. Even encouraging yourself to binge watch something on Netflix, so you actually rest, can be helpful. Making things as simple and seamless as possible to help aid your recovery is being efficient with your time, energy, and resources. New normal: accepting that the situation you are in, or the scenario that's played out in front of you, is not going to change, is a great place to start. As the old saying goes, there is no point crying over spilled milk. This is something to think about when accepting your new normal. Feel your disappointment momentarily, then become comfortable with this new situation/position you are in. Just because you want it to change, doesn't mean it will change. When you're ill, you can get mad or annoyed that you are going to miss a friend's birthday party you really wanted to attend. However, using your limited amount of energy being frustrated and upset for a prolonged period of time, is only going to make you feel worse. Accept the situation you are in, and allow yourself to acknowledge that this is your new normal. The ultimate triathlon was over 3 years in the making, and I was now unable to run, and could barely walk. With still over 400 kilometers to reach my finishing line in Monaco, and hobbling along the south of France, this swim, cycle, and run from Morocco to Monaco, from the outside, started to look like it was over. It was clear he was unable to run the 400 kilometers to Monaco, so he decided he would try to cycle, using only one leg to push down on the pedal and propel himself towards his finishing line. Luke knew this was the exact scenario where he could call on his friend K.E.N. to help him overcome this painful setback. Here's how he applied K.E.N. to help him cycle, with one leg, from where he was, and to his finishing line in Monaco. Key fundamentals: identifying the key fundamentals you need to do, not simply want to do, during a time of adversity, or when facing a setback, comes from being completely honest with yourself. Alongside understanding the primary mechanisms of what will help you achieve your goal, through applying these crucial actions. This is simple when trying to cycle 400 kilometers over 4 days with just one leg. Eat plenty of food, stay hydrated, get as much sleep as possible, and keep his thoughts as positive, or less negative, as he can each day. He efficient his crew, and he created a regimented plan in order to make sure he is efficient at these key fundamentals. Eat a big breakfast and drink a certain amount of liquid before he started cycling each day. Briefly stop and eat every 90 minutes, while refilling drink bottles. Luke wrote words on his handlebars and hands to use as cues to help him stay positive. Once he completed the painful 5 hours of cycling each day, he would eat, drink, have a massage, and then go to bed to sleep. New normal: he had spent years creating and organizing this challenge, and he truly cared about the outcome. He didn't yell, blame anyone, or make a scene because his adventure was going to end, and not the way he intended. Luke accepted that this is his new normal, as his muscle was now torn, and he could do nothing to change what had already happened. He spoke to the pain in his quadricep, telling it he wasn't going to fight it, gave it a name, and became comfortable with its presence. When this didn't work, he remembered the multiple deep-rooted whys he had established for the ultimate triathlon, keeping these constantly at the forefront of his mind. After completing the K.E.N. process, whether it took 2 minutes or 2 hours, he would repeat it over and over again until he finished each day. Allowing K.E.N. to guide him, ultimately gave him a focus which helped him reach Monaco after swimming, cycling and hobbling 2,000 kilometers in just 12 days. K.E.N. can be applied to any setback you face, the adversity you're dealing with, or an obstacle which has appeared out of nowhere. It's one thing to know what makes K.E.N. such a great friend, however, for K.E.N. to actually help you, you must help yourself by applying the 3 elements with discipline. Knowledge is powerful, only if you understand it, and actually use it. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Do leave your thoughts in the comments section below. For similar type of article, please reach us at contact@thebespokediaries.com, or you can visit our website www.thebespokediaries.com.